What is up YouTube? Today we're taking a look at a previously forgotten weapon, the M13B. The M13B was quite bad in Season 1, but now in Season 2 it was buffed and it can actually put up a fight now that it has a better time to kill than the M4. I want to show you two setups today, the best M13B setup for multiplayer and then the best setup that I found for Warzone. Let's get to it. Let's begin with the optic today, where I will be putting on the Slimline Pro. You could choose any other optic, but I will go with the Slimline Pro. I do think it looks the best and it doesn't slow down your ADS time by that much. Keep in mind that if you use things like the AimOp V4, you will have even more decreased aim down sight speed than if you were to go with the Slimline Pro. For the rear grip, we're going to use the D37 grip. This is a staple because it doesn't hurt our aim down sight time, while it helps out our recoil control. By default, the muzzle velocity of the M13B is not that good, so we're going to increase it using the 5.56 high velocity ammo. This will make sure that the hit registration actually feels good. Now the M13B has pretty low recoil already, but we want to decrease that even more using the RF Crown 50. Out of all the muzzles, this one feels like the best one. It decreases your aim down sight speed a little bit, but it's definitely worth it just to be able to control the horizontal recoil mostly, while also helping out your vertical recoil. And lastly, we actually want to ignore the barrel and put on a laser. We did decrease the aim down sight speed a little bit with some attachments, so now we want to make up for that by putting on the VLK LZR 7mW laser. Keep in mind that this laser is visible, so if you don't want it to be visible, then use the 1mW quickfire laser. It just won't help as much. Now in Season 2 they actually made it so that you could tune your lasers, so we'll begin with that by lowering the zeroing distance down to negative 27.97 feet to help out with our aim down sight speed that again we heard a little bit. Then for the optic, we want to move the eye position all the way up to far to lower our visual recoil, and then decrease the weight down to negative 1.45 ounces to help out with our aim down sight speed. Then on the grip, all we want to do here is increase the weight up to plus 0.29 ounces. It'll help with our recoil steadiness while it doesn't really hurt our aim down sight speed that much. Moving on to the ammunition here, our bullet velocity is already high enough for multiplayer especially, so we want to decrease the load to negative 2.61 grains. That'll help with our recoil steadiness even more. And lastly, we want to look at the muzzle, where we decrease the weight down to negative 0.31 ounces to help with our aim down sight speed. And then on the bottom side, we want to increase the length to positive 0.16 inches to help with our visual recoil. These attachments with these tunings will make it pretty easy for you to win a gunfight in just about any range, especially now that they buffed the M13B and your time to kill decreased by so much. Now let me just show you the recoil here, where if you control it, it's basically just a little dot. You should remember that it does go up and to the left, so to control the recoil, as soon as I'm done reloading here, you're gonna have to go down and to the right. And once you do control it, you get such tiny spreads that this is gonna be pretty hard for anyone to win a gunfight against you. Enjoy and let me know if it worked out for you. Now moving on to the Warzone class, we're concentrating on a few different stats for the M13B, but as always, let's begin with the optic here, where I again go with the Slimline Pro, but because it is Warzone, you could definitely go for anything that has a higher magnification like the Schlager 3.4x. I will stick to the Slimline Pro just because I like it. For the rear grip, we do go for the same thing as usual, the D37 grip, because it doesn't hurt our aim down sight time and it helps our recoil by a lot. Then because it is Warzone, we want to increase the magazine capacity to 45 rounds because you're definitely going to need those bullets. We do also want to increase the muzzle velocity for the M13B, so we will be putting on the 5.56 high velocity rounds. Especially in Warzone, you do get a lot of people running at far distances, so the most muzzle velocity that you can get, the better. And lastly, we will end up having a little bit more recoil than in the multiplayer version, but it's definitely worth it once we put on the 14-inch Bruin Echelon barrel. I think that's how you say that. Mostly because it helps our damage range, which is absolutely necessary in Warzone. It also helps our bullet velocity and a little bit of our recoil. Now, because we don't really have to worry about aim down sight speed as much in Warzone, we don't care about that too much here, although this attachment combination is much better than a lot of others that I've seen that have over half a second of aim down sight speed. This will only take about 2/3 of that. So the 14-inch Bruin Echelon barrel, which I still don't know if I'm saying it right. Now for the tuning, we begin with the optic, moving the eye position all the way up to far. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I do feel like it looks better. Then we move on to the rear grip, where we increase the weight up to plus 0.29 ounces. It helps with the recoil steadiness, which is very important. And then on the bottom side, we increase the width to 0.20 inches to help with our aiming idle stability, which is also very important in Warzone. Then you can't really tune the magazine, but you can tune the ammunition. And on the left side, we want to increase the weight up to 0.52 grams to help with our damage range, and then on the bottom side, we want to increase the load to plus 2.03 grains. This is for bullet velocity, which is also very important. Lastly, we move on to the barrel, where we want to increase the weight up to plus 0.39 pounds, and then on the bottom side, we want to increase the length of the barrel by 0.25 inches. bushes to help with their damage range. And this so far has really been the best M13 setup that I found for Warzone. You'll find yourself getting a few wins with this most likely, if you're good unlike me. This setup has a little bit more recoil, but it is still very easy to control. And now let me show you a little bit of gameplay for the multiplayer version of the M13B. I'll see you again after the gameplay so that I can show you the rest of the class. Okay, so here we are. Whoa, I just got a triple kill. Alright. Here we are playing in Dome. A little bit of hardpoint. Very nice map. I used to love it in Modern Warfare 3 and I died anyways by the same goddamn guy. I used to love this map in Modern Warfare 3. So hopefully they didn't change too many things with it. Keep looking at these doors. As long as my teammate is alive, then I know I'm safe here. You're gonna go through these. Oh, okay. They like planned for that. That was crazy. Showed up at the same time. I think there's like 3 snipers on the enemy team today. You die. Wow, that was some very nice teamwork there. And he's right behind that, so I gotta... No, he's not. He's not. He walked. Get these 2 over here. I just spawned in right into those 2, but it doesn't matter. You know what also doesn't matter? Living. Because of this guy. Let me not. Let me hide here. I thought my team was behind me, not the enemy. Wrong team, damn. You know there's some people around here. I just don't... Did he just appear? My aim? Horrible? That wasn't a spawn, right? Yeah, somebody did just spawn there. You know how this game goes. Okay, teammate got him. Alright, my drill charge should be able to get him. Or not. I don't even know if you could actually shoot a drill charge through that. And this guy just missed. Like every bullet that he shot. Again, I'm very happy with this buff that they gave to the M13B. I feel like it's actually usable now. Very happy about that. Ooh, ammo. Nice. I needed that. Great. Got him. Got him too. Got my VTOL. I don't have a UAV right now, sadly. But I do have a stim charge, thankfully. Throw it through the wall. Hopefully that gets him. I'm not sure if it would. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. No, there's one guy here to the right. No, there isn't. There is not. Oh my goodness. He moved, man. Crazy when people move. Never expect it. Got him good. Oh, there's one more here. There he is. Is this ours? Like, I'm so... No. Ah, okay. And now I use the hard point. I use the VTOL on the hard point. I can't English. And I get him good. That's how it goes. Very surprised. Everybody moved away from the hard point when I used it. Use my ammo here so I can get my stim charge back. I never expected the guy from behind. Got a VTOL going and this guy, gotta shoot him in the legs because he's a turtle. Got 10 more seconds. That means 10 more points that we can get. Let's hold it. Reaction time a little slow, but it's fine. We did it. Let's move my VTOL over to the right here. We pretty much won, so I'm just gonna see if I could go for a few kills now. Maybe just a couple, maybe a second VTOL. Alright, that guy just dove into my... Yep, there we go. Got my second VTOL. What the... He was there? Oh my god, he was gonna get me. Time is running out and we're doing really well here. Very nice weapon in Season 2. I really hope you enjoyed this setup. Now let me show you the rest of the class. Now for the rest of the class in that gameplay that you just saw, I was running the ammunitions box and the dead silence for the field upgrades. If you don't have dead silence, then of course you want to use battle rage, but I highly recommend dead silence if you do have it. For the perks, I was using the same as always, battle hardened, scavenger, fast hands, and ghost. For the lethal, I was using the drill charge because if you throw it at a wall, there's somebody behind it, they go away, either they die or they run away. way, but either way, no more camper. For the tactical, I was using the stim charge because after a gunfight, sometimes I'm not at full health and I'm about to take another gunfight, so I want to make sure that I am at full health using the stim charge. And lastly, for my secondary, I was using the X12 with only 3 attachments: the 1mW pistol laser, the XRK V6 match for the trigger, and the Kimbos, of course, for the rear grip. Now go out there and let me know how you enjoyed this class. I hope to see you on the next one. AuxOwl out.